Well, a dynamic duo is helping home buyers get a taste of the ranch life in a new HGTV series. It's called Chasing the West.
You definitely know these faces from their very popular show, Property Brothers. We are chatting with the new show brothers, Drew and Jonathan Scott, this morning. Hello, you two.
Hello.
Hey,
Should we say yeehaw?
This show is so much fun. It brought us back to our roots. Can you picture little cute Property Brothers just running around riding horses when we were kids? This was so nostalgic for us to get back in the saddle and help these families try to figure out what life outside the city would be like realistically.
This is what's so funny. I don't know that a lot of people realize that you two grew up on a ranch.
Right.
So we're used to seeing you, doing these Property Brothers shows and showing us how to make things all zhuzhed up and gorgeous. But we're taking it way outside just the domain of the house, right?
Yeah, well, and these are so many people in the city who are tired of the fast pace and the craziness and everything that you expect in the city. They want to escape to somewhere where they can breathe and have some space. So you see some of the most beautiful scenery. I mean, we actually filmed some of this not too far from Sacramento.
Right.
All throughout California, Texas, Arizona. And, the one thing is it's beautiful to have that kind of a property, but these homeowners had no clue what kind of work was involved to run a ranch. And so we gave them a reality check when we took them out there and showed them what it's actually like.
Okay, so you said you filmed in California, also Arizona and Texas. For the ranch person, is this more their show, or is this for anybody who's still also looking for that fun, home design and the different things you can do inside the property? Tell me more about kind of what you expect the viewer to get.
I think the big thing is it's step by step taking people through the process of searching for a property. Actually, the show almost gamifies it because we didn't even know which house the homeowners were going to go for. And anybody in the city that was trying to dream of something different, it's so expensive in the big cities across the country nowadays too. So this is something that's a really good opportunity. It's a fun show, it's educational, and it's beautiful.
And even if you're not looking to abandon the city, you'll still get inspiration from the show. But above and beyond that, it's really funny because even one of our homeowners, for example, she's been dreaming for decades of having a chicken farm, only to realize she's deathly afraid of chickens when we put her in a chicken pen.
That's an issue.
It's good TV.
Yeah, that's great TV.
Yeah.
I also love the tips that you guys are giving some of the people who are getting these new properties, like, for example, the wood splitting. And things to watch out for. Don't just reach into the wood pile and pick up a piece of wood.
Good point.
That's a good way to get bit by a snake or something. We're growing up on the ranch. You're also in a rural area, so there's not a hospital right there. So you got to be kind of careful in everything you're doing. But if something does happen, too, you can't just call a plumber immediately. You got to fix these things yourself.
Well, a lot of these homeowners, they thought they could just hire a bunch of staff to help with all the work around the ranch. I mean, when we were kids, we were the work. Our parents had 3 teenagers, and we did everything around the ranch, painting fences, building the fences, clearing rocks. And so the margins in ranch life are very thin, and we were trying to educate people on the process, too, of how you can realistically thrive as a business. Some people wanted to have a wedding venue or somewhere that is a wellness retreat or just a cattle ranch.
Well, one of the families was like, we'll just make the teenagers do it. They have 2 teenagers. I'm like, don't do that to your kids.
Where are those teenagers?
These poor kids. Okay, so I love this. My dream is to abandon all things Bay Area because the home prices are so insanely expensive and just go live in the mountains one day on a ranch. So I can't wait to watch. There's 8-hour-long episodes. My big question, though, Drew and Jonathan, who lassos better between the two of you?
Ooh, good question.
Who's more accurate?
I'd say Jonathan won the last competition, but I'm
all in the
practicing.
wrist. It's all in the wrist.
All in the wrist.
That's actually how I keep him in line. I just gonna lasso him back in. Our dad was actually, a cowboy. He came over from Scotland in the 50s, and he worked ranches for decades and decades. So he taught us everything we know about how to be ranch kids.
This is great information.
I know.
The layers of the Scott brothers. Drew and Jonathan on Chasing the West. The premiere episode is next week and a half, July 30th. You can catch on HGTV. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and thank you for the fun tips, because I'm taking notes.
I feel like now we need to go.
Always a pleasure.
Of course. We'll see you on the ranch.
All in the wrist.
All in the wrist.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, stick around. We got more Good Day on the other side of this break. We're going to lasso it back.